Hey guys, this is Mike and Craig of PrepLifeNow, and today we're going to continue our series on disaster preparedness. We're going to talk about the subject of guns and gold today. So before we get into that though, Craig, I want to just give us a refresh. What is prepping? What are some scenarios why you'd have to prep?
Prepping, it could be any type of reason. It could be anything simple such as a weather event, a hurricane, earthquake, snowstorm, blizzard, that kind of thing, up to the things we tend not to want to think about: war, pandemics, civil unrest, economic collapse, those kind of things.
So in those types of situations, are you saying that the person who has the most dollar bills could be in some trouble?
Absolutely, especially when it comes to economic collapse. You know, our money is based on what they call the fiat currency, where it's basically backed by nothing but the promise of the U.S. government.
So if there's a problem with the government, we could have a problem with our money then, right?
Absolutely.
So let's get into this first topic, which would be gold. Can you tell us why would gold be a better option than maybe not just U.S. currency, but any other currencies? I mean, you mentioned about fiat currency, but is there a reason why gold would be better?
Well, gold has been around for thousands of years. It's one of the original currencies. It's up until 40 years ago, we were on the gold standard. Our money was backed by gold. Instead of having what says now a federal treasury note, the dollar bill said gold certificate or silver certificate. You could actually take it and trade it for gold. It's been around for thousands of years, and it's understood as a currency worldwide.
And so really all the great empires throughout history, whether it's the Roman civilization, Egypt, things like that, even in the Bible, gold and silver comes up again and again. So there must be a reason why it keeps repeating itself. I would tend to put my stock into that sort of history than I would over 200 years of history or so on a piece of paper.
Absolutely. All fiat currencies eventually go to their original value, which is zero.
Okay. So we have some different things here. We've got a silver coin, and we also have a gold coin here as well, too. So if we're, again, focusing on a disaster situation, Craig, which one of these would you rather have, the gold or the silver?
Well, it depends on what I want to do. Silver is good to have because it's worth less and is more easily tradable. Right now gold is trading for around $1,500 an ounce. If I'm wanting to purchase from somebody something and I've got a $1,500 ounce of gold, how am I going to get change?
Right.
So silver, right now an ounce of silver is going for about $20–25 an ounce. A silver coin, you kind of know what the value of that is. Easily more tradable. And gold does come in different denominations. What you see here is actual 1 ounce coins. They come in smaller denominations. You can get half ounce and as small as up to 1/10 of an ounce.
1/10 of an ounce, right?
Yeah.
But even 1/10 of an ounce, that's a $150 coin. And again, we're relying on the fact that if there's some sort of a disaster, you're hoping the other person has potentially change, if that's the situation. So these silver coins, whether it be the eagles or other types of coins, you can even get what's called junk silver. And do you know what can you tell us what junk silver is?
Junk silver is usually only 90% pure, as opposed to pure silver, which is 0.999% silver. But it still has a high concentration of silver.
And it tends to be really the older U.S. coins. At one point, U.S. coins were made with silver content, whether it be 90% or I believe even 67%, or even some of the nickels were like down to 15% or something. There is actual silver content in there, which makes those older coins from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s have some just value in and of themselves, besides the fact that they are a U.S. currency. So all of those different types of denominations are certainly going to be helpful in the event of a disaster. What about bartering, though? We hear, there's TV shows about bartering. I don't need money, I can just barter. Is that legitimate? I mean, why do I need money at all?
Yeah, people can barter for different things, but have you ever gone to the gas station and tried to barter for a gallon of gas? Or, gone to the electric company and said, I want to, give you some chickens for the, electric bill that I have to pay this month? It has some advantages, but you definitely want to have something for money.
You need a willing trade partner to barter, and barter definitely is legitimate, but I think there's always going to be people in the world, regardless of the disaster, that want money.
Yep.
And having coins like this is going to just give you another tool in your toolbox. You can barter, and maybe you'd want to do that before you have to spend your coins, you know, and save your coins, but you're going to need coins at some point, right?
Right. Yep.
So we talked about gold and silver. We've got some books here for you as well. Do you want to just describe those real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. And Mike, I know we both read this one. It's Rich Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. It's a guide to investing in gold and silver. If you don't know anything about buying gold and silver, I highly recommend this book. It goes into the history of gold and silver being used for money, the industrial uses for silver as well, and then it talks about the different ways you can buy both. You can buy actual precious metals like you see here. You can buy certificates, and talks about the advantages and disadvantages of each. It's a pretty easy and quick read. I highly recommend that. Most recent book, The Ultimate Obama Survival Guide by Wayne Allen Root. There's a big chapter in there on gold and silver and its use as a currency, and again how to purchase it, and some recommendations on some site.
Good stuff. Yeah, we've definitely learned a lot from those books.
Yeah, and if you want to get into gold and silver, you know, find a local coin shop by you. Go talk to them, see what they have, and shop around and see who's got the best deals and the best reputation. Because when it comes down to it, you really want to deal with somebody that's got a good reputation.
And all of our videos here about preparing are really about peace of mind, wouldn't you say?
Sure.
And so whether or not you ever use these coins, the fact that you have them certainly gives you peace of mind, right?
Absolutely. It's not in a bank. You know, it's not in a CD or a stock or anything like that. It's stuff we have and we keep on hand in case of an emergency. And you know, at any time, if I ever needed cash, I could go to my local coin store and know what the price of gold or silver is and trade it in and get cash for it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So the final thing is, we've talked about the gold and the silver. What about the guns? Why is it important to have guns?
Well, guns are important because that's what you use to protect your gold and silver. You know, you want to protect yourself and your family and what you have saved up and prepared for. And guns, it's a real hot topic now, with several news stories that have gone on involving guns, but they're getting harder and harder to come by, as is ammunition. But that's you know, ultimate your protection for you and your family.
You know, whether it be to protect your gold or just to protect your family, it would be important that you take the responsibility to do that.
Sure.
So as his cell phone goes off, I guess that's about time for the end of this video right here. So again, we appreciate your tips. If you have any tips that you can share with us on Prep Life Now, please do so. We'll see you next time. Thanks.